Welcome to Business Reporter's Future of Retail campaign. I'm Rachel Hicks. You could fill a library with the analysis of how COVID-19 has impacted retail supply chains. But if we needed to summarise the experience of the retail industry in a single word, disruption would be a strong candidate. Reduced workforces, quarantines, lockdowns and the deceleration of production have put extreme pressure on supply routes and inventories over the past year. But this pressure also represents an opportunity. How can retailers find a path to a sustainably strong business? How can they sustain the private label growth they've achieved due to Corona and the effect and the supply chain disruption of the national brand products? Is now the time to reassess their private label strategies and plans to continue the growth? This is what we're going to find out today with Lisa Bahmann-Rocher from Trace One. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning, Rachel.
The shock of the pandemic has forced consumers to find new products and try new brands in response to the shortages of their traditional national brands. What have we learned?
Well, disruptions in the supply chain due to the pandemic have actually lost share for national brands because they just weren't available on the shelves. And so consumers were forced then to try private label products more so than ever before. We found in the US that the private label market share went up by 12% last year, while in Europe, 14 out of the 19 countries surveyed also had gains of private label market share. We're also seeing that in the first quarter of 2021, retailers more than ever are actually launching new retailer private label brands and initiatives because consumers are willing and open to trying new private label products. And in addition to that, consumers are also looking for indulgent private label products to try, and that's also been a positive around private label innovations.
So what should retailers do to maintain private label sustainable growth?
Well, what we recommend is retailers actually take a hard look right now at their private label strategy, both internally and externally, to see where there are possible areas of improvement, where can gaps be closed based on this current situation, and what their objectives are. So really using this momentum that's been achieved around private label sales and taking an audit or a diagnostic within their business, looking across all of the areas that touch private label, including marketing, merchandising, innovation, quality, pricing, and the assortment itself.
What's been the reaction from the industry? What are the trends that have emerged?
Well, retailers are actually stepping up their innovation of private label products. And along with that, they're trying to source products locally to shorten supply chains and have fresher products for the consumers, as well as having more control of that supply chain, along with eco-friendly packaging and recyclable packaging for sustainability initiatives that consumers are also looking for, as well as private label products becoming more nutritious because we see more than ever, consumers are taking a hard look at their health and wanting products that deliver on their dietary and health requirements.
It looks like private label products have been a viable solution for many businesses during the past year. Why is PL an answer to disruptions?
Since retailers are willing to trial new products and launch those on shelf, there will be a broader assortment for consumers to try, providing an opportunity for retailers to gain increased shopper loyalty with their private label program.
So can you give us an example of a PL product that a retailer may find useful but struggles to get right?
One example would be ready meals because of the sheer complexity around the components and ingredients for these products. And now with consumers looking for more healthier products, retailers are working with suppliers to reduce fat, sugar, and calories. But yet when these items are taken away, they need to be replaced back in with some other functional ingredient to retain the freshness, the integrity, and the flavor and texture that the consumers are expecting.
Surely this solution is more complex than it sounds. What are the challenges in putting more of these products on the shelves?
So supplier collaboration is a critical one to make sure that you're able to innovate and get these products onto shelf. In addition, you have ongoing onerous regulatory requirements that need to be taken into account in the development of those products, along with sustainability expectations that the consumers are looking for. And that's not just around recycling and eco-friendly packaging, but also around reduction of food waste and CO2 emissions, and the sheer complexity and volume of product specifications that need to meet your quality standards. So all of these challenges need to be met in order to get your products onto the shelf as quickly as possible.
So what are the answers to these challenges?
Our product lifecycle management solution allows for these challenges to be met while working with your suppliers more efficiently, more effectively, more transparently, and speedily, because it offers a 360-degree view of the entire private label product development process. So from sourcing products to actually developing the products themselves, to the packaging development of those products, along with being able to monitor the success of those products on the marketplace through our business insight dashboards.
What does Trace One bring to the table?
That platform that I just discussed is what Trace One actually offers. We have a product lifecycle management solution that allows retailers and suppliers to work on this platform to collaborate, communicate, and offering full transparency in the development of the private label products. It smooths the entire private label product development process, getting remarkable products into consumers' hands. It has been shown that our solution speeds up the process by 50 to 60% of getting those products out on shelf.
Real-time information, collaboration, centralised historical information, these are all inspiring assets, but they also make the solution complex. Let's say I'm a CEO and you've won me over. What does the process look like? How are we actually going to work together?
Well, our PLM solution is a SaaS solution, meaning it can get up and running very, very quickly. And we have a team of implementation experts that have many years of experience in implementing our solution across retailers worldwide. We at Trace One understand your data is valuable, and there's a great deal of historical information in that data. So we would work with you that data is actually captured when integrating the solution into your business processes.
What do you expect from brands and supply chains in the next, say, 5 years or so?
Well, consumers will continue to expect sustainability initiatives, and it really has to go beyond products and packaging to actually having a corporate strategy with a set of values that are lived and breathed throughout the organizations. So retailers really need to take control of their private label assortment and continue to innovate based on consumer needs and trends to hopefully increase their shopper loyalty. And finally, supply chain disruptions will continue, and this will cause consumers to continue to try new private label products. So retailers will need to accelerate their innovation to stay relevant and keep the competition at bay.
Lisa, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks very much, Rachel, for having me.